Are you sure? Do you have keycard access for the roof?
I'm ready to do this. Let's go.
Can we wait for somebody to clean up all the goop? This looks like it's gonna eat through my shoes.
You know you're supposed to email the supervisor to reserve time on the roof. Everybody shares that roof.
Yeah. Look, it's just gonna be real quick. We're just gonna kill the president or something.
Are you on the roof schedule, yes or no?
No. Come on.
Do you want to get blamed for all this goop?
It was here before I got here.
Exactly, and we know whose fault that is because of the schedule.
Right, I understand the need for the schedule. Look, can I at least stay on the roof to upgrade my weapons? It takes like 3 minutes. It's really quick.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm not trying to give you a hard time or anything.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. This is the first time we've got all 4 members here, and they're all together, not split up.
Mm-hmm.
Time to upgrade and equip everybody. Tifa just getting attack buffs to her metal knuckles so she can be the punchiest punchwoman she can be.
Mm-hmm. And I love that for her.
Yeah. We've got the other new weapon for Aerith that we picked up from the room she used to live in. The reinforced staff has a lot of MP upgrades and like passive upgrades for buffs and debuff resistance, improving her block and all of that. The ability that comes with this one is kind of a weird one where Aerith will donate her gauge to other people. It's a hard one to like use. It's a really situational thing, but when you can use it correctly, it's pretty handy. So the area that we just came into, you know, we got this big goop trail to follow. This is kind of different from the original game. In the original game, the whole dungeon we went through didn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
Like the beginning parts of Hojo's lab are from the original, but there's a point where after you rescue Aerith and you got Red 13 with you, you just try to take the elevator down to the first floor, and while you're doing that, you get cornered by the Turks and captured and thrown into the prison that the Shinra HQ just has on one of the floors. And while you're in that prison...
So it is like Epcot. Yeah.
Yeah. While you're in that prison, in those individual cells, you like have one-to-one conversations with all your different party members. You go to sleep, you wake up, your cell doors are just open because the guards are all dead suddenly, and there's blood fucking everywhere. And the thing that was containing Genova is now like busted open. Genova is gone. And you just follow a big long trail of blood through the Shinra building and just see where that takes you. That doesn't fly as well in games now if you want to keep a teen rating. So now the blood is instead purple goop, and it's a much shorter segment. All the really weird enemies that we were fighting before, like the brain pot and stuff, those were originally all things you fought while following the blood trail, because Genova, after escaping, like just caused so much chaos that like all the weird experiments just escaped from their cells. So that's probably one of the biggest changes from the original to the remake.
Right.
Both because they needed a kind of a bigger final dungeon, and also like, we can't show all this blood anymore.
I think all of the plot stuff happening right now is the biggest sign that this is the opening chapter of a bigger work. Because like, okay, Aerith is secretly one of these mystic ancients, and we need to learn about that, is a perfectly good like third act twist for if this were all one thing. But now you get here, and there's also Genova and Whispers, and guess what? You have a cat now. And
yes, yeah, this is
like the story is exponentially growing at a point where you would expect it to be narrowing down to a conclusion to a point.
Yeah, and the way this remake kind of creates a conclusion to this stuff is something I find really interesting, and you know we'll get to that soonish. But it is one of the things I find most interesting about this remake.
Where the hell is that bastard hiding?
And Sephiroth?
Wait, I can hear something.
Help! Is anybody there?
There's just so much happening now. Like,
Yeah.
is somebody gonna tell me what the fuck a Genova is? I'm not even sure about the whispers. I think I was talking too much during that part.
Help me!
I'll help with some of that stuff in a little bit.
Hey! Is anyone out there? Hey!
That's not middle manager. Let him die.
Just let him dangle a bit.
Help me! Well, well, well. Pull me up! I'll give you all the money you want. I have killed plenty of it.
You kidnapped Gil? He is my friend.
I wish Barrett just like rubbed his hands together like, ooh, I'm gonna really savor this shit.
Well, hand.
Thing is, I don't want your money. Please. Just let me live. Everything you want can be yours. I'm a man of modest dreams. Dropping you from 70 stories up would get me damn near to good. But not all the way. You want something more, don't you? More than this right here?
Yeah, I want to drop this whole building on you then.
Barrett! Stop it!
Cat-like reflexes.
Yeah.
You're gonna get on TV and tell them. Tell them what you did to Sector 7. That it was you who killed all those people. Then, you're gonna tell them the truth about Avalanche. That Avalanche ain't Wu-Tai or anybody's puppet. That Avalanche fights for the people, the planet. That we fight to hold Shinra to account for its crimes. That is Avalanche, the filthy sewer rats who brought down a Goliath. You tell them that.
Is that really all you want? For your names to be cleared?
Could I get that in writing? It was kind of a lot.
That is what matters most to you? More than shutting down the reactors? Than the future of the planet itself?
Huh? Damn.
You're lying to yourself even now. Truth, justice, honor, freedom.
His gun is way bigger than yours, dude.
Indulgences everyone. Picture it. Picture a world without Shinra, without Mako energy. A stagnant, impotent world. Now picture a natural disaster. Who would help the people?
Which materia helps with impotence?
You. With their old world ruined, will they?
There's plenty of blue ones.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a chance. One last opportunity to consider what your principles are truly worth. But bear in mind that time is of the essence.
And what about you, Mr. President? What are your vaunted principles?
What principles? Did you understand even a single word of what I told you? I know what I want, and I take it.
I employ
advantage of
Hojo.
whatever
You
I
think I have
can
principles?
and discard that which I cannot. There is no room for sentiment or guilt.
Y'all are seeing this, right? Is everybody seeing this?
You son of a bitch!
Barrett!
I don't know if you can steel skin that one away.
Didn't have time to do his special pose. Yes, get kissed by a ghost.
2 ghosts even.
That's the Halloween novelty version of Kiss from a Rose. Which would be an amazing song.
Oh my god, yes! I want to hear that.
Yes.
This is...
The source of everything. What's happening?
It's an illusion. Stay calm.
Oh, so Barrett's dead, and we just teleported? Oh, illusion. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so I'll help with some of this stuff. So first we stand Genova Dreamweaver here. Just a top secret Shinra specimen. Scarce information, but it's believed to induce hallucinations. So yeah, while Genova is something that just kind of gets introduced the 5-hour point of the original, and then you learn a little bit more about it several hours later into the game. They have to introduce Genova.
That doesn't look so good.
Ooh, yeah.
That's reach exceeding grasp on the design of this monster.
Thankfully, Genova's still weak to, or can be silenced, it can be poisoned. Even though Genova is a very final boss-looking thing,
Keep it together.
it's not immune to status effects, thankfully. Also, sometimes these weird dark pools form under you, and they slowly chase you. And if you stand if you stand in them for too long, you just get frozen. You get stopped. And if you want to even try to pressure Genova, you got to break all of its tentacles off.
Just go away!
So yeah, Genova is definitely in this first remake game something that is introduced to be more of a dangling like mystery for the next game.
Yeah.
But this game does add in a few little details that the original didn't have that gives you enough to piece together a vague idea what Genova might be.
It's definitely something that makes bad things happen through evil science.
Yeah.
It is a main ingredient in evil science.
Yeah, this is something that you might not notice unless... If you didn't know anything about Genova or the bigger plot of 7, on a second replay of this, you'll catch some extra details and make you go, oh, okay. But just to point those out, when we saw the big Epcot CG video in the VR hall, where it's talking about the Ancients, it did mention, one, the Ancients got wiped out by a meteor that crashed into the planet like 2,000 years ago.
Yes.
And when you're in the drum later on, like Red 13 has some information going around in his brain that was given to him when Aerith like filled him in on the situation with her mind powers. He did mention briefly during that dungeon when Barrett's like, what the fuck was that thing in the big tube? Also, it's very difficult to stagger Genova.
Congratulations, we're all very proud of you.
Hooray. Also, I'm using that ability, that new ability Aerith has. It's that big magic circle on the ground, a different magic circle. When she places it on the ground, it fills up her gauge by 1, gives her a free gauge. And if any of your other party members use an ATB ability while they're standing in that circle, Aerith will automatically donate some of her gauge to them so that they can fill up their bar really fast to keep attacking.
Okay.
So it's really good if you want other people to, like, stagger something really fast. They can get more focused moves in.
So yeah, with a stationary enemy like this, Tifa is just never not punching.
Yeah. That's like one of the that's one of the ideal situations for that final ability Aerith gets. ATB Ward, it's called. It is possible to put Genova to sleep as well.
Aw, she's so cute.
It still has like sleep twitches though, so if you try to attack it from the back while it's asleep, its tentacle can still slap you. Also, still possible to poison Genova, very useful in this fight. But yeah, in the final dungeon, while they're talking briefly about Genova, Red 13 just, off the cuff, calls Genova the Calamity from the Stars. so you can link that up with that meteorite.
Right.
But that's about all the information you're going to get about Genova in the remake here.
Well, and it's Cloud's mommy, obviously.
Yes, it's being called Mother by both Cloud and Sephiroth.
There's clearly some family tension here. Thanksgiving seems a bit tense in the Strife household.
It's hard to get Genova at the table to eat when it's like this.
You gotta bring the table to her, really.
Yeah. Yeah, Genova becomes more and more difficult to stagger because in its later phases, it gets moves to protect itself when it's pressured. It gets this move called rejection where it gets this little field around itself where it kind of pushes you away from it slowly, kind of like that other robot. But also, whoever like physically attacks Genova while it's pressured, it'll bust out this move that's like this big beam of light that just cuts down really fast in front of it. And if you get hit by it, it does a ton of damage, and it also unpressures Genova. So you gotta dodge it if you want to keep it pressured long enough to even like fill up its bar at all.
So it makes zones, it has a laser, you are fighting Aerith. You're fighting Aerith.
Yeah. So, while all this stuff with Genova here did happen in the original as far as like, hey, Genova isn't in its cell anymore and it seems Sephiroth may have just yanked it out of its tube, you didn't fight Genova here. You fought Genova later. This is one of the changes where it's like, even though it's a change and it's like, hey, you're fighting a thing earlier you normally would, I don't see anyone ever complain about this fight because everyone just likes Genova. Genova's a really cool part of 7. It is...
Oh, damn! Look at that shit.
Yeah, Genova is really cool because you don't really see something that looks like the Thing in a JRPG very often.
Wow, your mom does not look good in the morning's Cloud.
Yeah, you don't get... The shots of Genova's face are really short, but if you pause the video, you can actually see Genova does have really big eyeballs set really deep in its skull. Ooh. And it does have, like... It has pupils, and they're really huge. They take up almost the entire eyeball. They're really nasty and spooky looking.
I got your number.
Even though Genova is not the final boss, Genova feels like a final boss. It's got a lot of phases, a lot of different behaviors.
The tentacles squirm in a repugnant manner. Don't. Come on, Chadley. What are you doing?
Oh god, yeah, Chadley is the one writing all these, isn't he?
Don't be so fucking judgy.
That's my mom,
manner.
I think.
Let's keep it to quantitative, like evidence back. No, repugnant.
Repugnant.
You're repugnant. How do you like that?
At the start of this phase here, Genova uses a move called Thanatos Denied. Which is just, Genova turtles up. It wraps its tentacles around itself and becomes immune to all damage.
Thanatos, the death drive. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
You can't kill me, but in fancy speak.
Yeah. The only way to make Genova open up and become vulnerable to damage again is if you kill enough of its tentacles. Which have a couple different moves. Mainly either slapping you, shooting a lot of fireballs at you, shooting a lot of lasers at you, or shooting orbs at you that silence you so you can't use magic.
You're going through the entire alphabet on these tentacles.
It's a lot of tentacles. The boss fight thing we got going here is a new arrangement of the Genova theme. This was one of the few times where I was going through the game and I was just like, ooh, I hope this isn't one of the songs where they really orchestrate it and stuff, because Genova's theme had a really synthy sound to the original song that was really good, but we got a super orchestrated version this time.
This one's for you! Don't let him stop us!
It is possible for Tifa to dodge that rejection, like, laser, though. Especially if she's got the parry move. Also, when Genova gets pressured, it now puts up a reflect barrier, so you can't cast magic on it.
Oh, what a jerk.
Yeah.
I hate that guy. Genova sucks.
I see it! One more shot!
But Genova, she is not invulnerable to getting punched with a dolphin. No one is.
No one has dolphin immunity.
Now, while I said the music was very orchestrated, that's only until you get to the final phase. This made me very happy. We get the basically original arrangement of Genova's theme, only for the final phase. It's really fucking cool. Genova's theme is a leitmotif that appears through a lot of stuff. Even in the remake, a lot of scenes either with Hojo or in the final dungeon, the drum, you get the do-do-do-do-do-do-do a lot in those songs.
Good luck!
Hang back. Shut up. I'm waiting. Don't overdo it.
So it's my turn? Ha! This one's for you! You'll feel it soon. Hut! Hut!
Here we go. Yeah.
I've been dying to see you.
Gonna wash that alien right out of my office.
It's your turn. All set.
Also, the weird goop that rains down from the ceiling doesn't hurt you, but instead rapidly drains your MP.
It's goop that makes you feel less special.
Yeah.
Could really go for a shower about now.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Especially now. Leviathan's a really good summon to use for this part, especially in the earlier phase where you just gotta take a lot of tentacles, because it's got that mouth laser that sweeps across the whole arena.
Yeah.
And it's strong enough that it can basically cut down almost all of the tentacles at once.
I'll show you what I can do.
So Cloud's wearing the boots that make him immune to stop, thankfully, but Tifa and Aerith only have like partial protection from that, so they're still getting frozen a lot of the time.
Oh no, buddy.
Maybe this will
Thankfully, Red 13 doesn't have to worry about status effects.
He also can't wear boots.
That's true. Yeah, what the... Oh, again, if the accessories were visual and you could equip those boots at Red 13, I want to see him do like that thing where you put boots on a dog and they shake their legs a lot because they hate it. That's what I want to see.
Those really big exaggerated steps.
Yeah.
You ready? Go! Big shot! Ha! Good luck!
Hang back. That it?
That bit of the song that just played is a fun bit too, because while this is Genova's theme, they actually sneak in a little bit of Sephiroth's theme right into the very end of it. That's pretty fun.
I'll take care of you.
Yes, I was very excited at the possible potential of them putting in an earlier Genova fight, because I just really wanted to see what Genova would look like with the better graphics, because in the original game, a lot of Genova is kind of up to the imagination, because it's hard for them to make an indescribable meat monster with PS1 graphics. But she looks great.
Oh.
Frozen mid-kick. It sucks.
Sephiroth is another plot element that just seems like, hey, guess what? This exists.
It's like that in the original, too.
Game's over now, though. That's the difference. It's that guy. Those are the most expensive looking football pads I've ever seen.
I know.
HQ, this is Avalanche 31. Making another pass to search for friendlies.
The other branch has helicopters?
They got a lot of shit, man.
Damn, we got in shitty Avalanche.
Bye.
What kind of soldier rank you gotta get to fly?
Barrett, are you hurt?
Don't think so.
This death was not the one ordained for you by fate.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Thanks.
Ask Red 13 just what he knows.
This part of the game is adapting everything that happens in the original, basically one for one. There's also a couple things happening here for original fans where the game's just fucking with you. Like Barrett getting stabbed clean through.
Right. It's okay, the ghosts are here to keep things on track. The ghosts will allow extra side quests. They won't like it, though.
Sephiroth!
Whoa, that's a different number entirely. He should have blown a kiss. Yay! They just run at each other, high five in the air, freeze frame, credits roll.
Everyone okay?
Hey, get your man.
He got away.
About time we made our escape, too.
Mike!
Oh, Mike. Oh no. Betrayal. Helicopters are usually, you know, they have such tight camaraderie, regardless of who they work for. Helicopters stick together, in my experience.
Sure you want to do this personally, boss?
If it ain't Rufus Shinra, heir to the throne himself.
Yep.
You want me to think a guy is cool and then you give him pants like that? Are those pants? Overpants that split open to reveal his inner pants?
Stop.
The hell I will. We can finish off the family here and now.
Take Aerith and get out of here. I'll buy you guys some time.
Bring that to the dry cleaner, and he's like, I don't know how to charge you for this. I don't know what category this is.
I'm asking you.
I think I have to treat each each strip of your pant here as an individual article of clothing. I don't know.
Fine. Have it your way then. But you better be right behind us.
You're a soldier, aren't you?
Come on.
Which, of course, would mean that I own you.
Ex-soldier. I quit.
There we go. There, good job, Cloud. All right.
Just the two of us.
My dog likes to watch people die.
Well, maybe three.
Let's get this over with.
Don't say that.
This boss fight feels like they ripped a fight out of Metal Gear Rising and then put the RPG elements on top of it. So don't attack Rufus straight on. You just straight up can't. He always parries you, and his dog always bites you.
Best do it right.
All right, we got Rufus with his fucked up pants. There's a director's commentary in like the art book where the guy who drew the new version, the new design for Rufus said, I drew his pants like that and then didn't consult the 3D modelers, and I got really worried that they wouldn't be able to render this.
So yeah, he used to have overpants too.
Yeah.
Or maybe an undercoat. I'm not sure.
It's hard to make out, yeah. So Rufus, Gunman, can't really use magic on him, he's resistant to it. Resistant to a lot of status effects. In the original game, this was just like a mini boss. You could kill this guy in like a minute. Like, he had the dog too, but you could just one-shot it if you came in with a limit break, so he wasn't much of a threat. But Rufus has tons of attacks that are co-op attacks with his guard dog. And if we take a look at his dog named Darkstar, in the original game named Dark Nation.
Ooh.
Yeah, Darkstar and Rufus have some of their own like solo attacks, but a lot of their stuff is co-op based. Darkstar is also a healer. So if you try to attack Rufus first, if you could even deal damage to him, it won't really work out for you because Darkstar will just always heal him back up to full because he has a really high magic stat.
Let's do this. Shit.
They got that green line between them, which means that they're synced up. They're good to do co-op attacks. Like the dog will shoot lightning magic on his gun so he can shoot lightning at you.
Bring it.
It just goes to show how much more Cloud still has, you know, in his personal journey. He's never had a green line to anybody.
Yeah. So if you actually want to make any like progress into this fight, you got to go after the dog first.
Just like Barrett taught you gotta kill the dog.
Not bad.
Darkstar will only get pressured if you sever the like buddy link between the two of them, and there's a couple ways to do that. One of them is Cloud's counter stance attack. If you counter the dog, you'll sever the link between them for a little bit. And Rufus can reestablish the link with the heal move. You also want to parry the corkscrew attack, the drill dog attack, because that also severs the link. It's also really cool. It feels very Metal Gear Rising.
Yes. The existence of a drill dog attack.
Yeah.
Alone. Never mind parrying one.
Whenever you pressure Darkstar, you can't get too many attacks, and also you can counter stance the thunderclap move.
Hell yeah.
It's cool as hell.
Fuck him up.
You can't get too many attacks in on the pressured Darkstar because Rufus, he always protects his dog if it's in trouble.
Think you got my number?
Not at all.
We've been doing too much Dogs Must Die, because I hear Rufus and I think, yes, a reference to Rufus Wainwright. That makes sense. That's clearly what this is.
Also, Rufus has money lasers.
His superpower is money.
Yeah.
He's the son of President Shinra, and his superpower is money.
Yeah. This is the trust fund kid, and that he fights that way too. Also, while Rufus does have a shotgun, he can split it into 2 smaller machine guns.
Yeah.
This fight's just really cool.
You think Darkstar came from some sort of like bougie puppy mill boutique? Like,
Yeah, probably.
what kind of specialized one-off breed is this?
Yeah. And Rufus doesn't just have money lasers, he has multiple different types of coins that do different things when shot. He's got smoke bomb coins, he's got grenade coins, he's got electric field generating coins right here that the dog whips further. If the co-op link is severed, he can't throw those electric coins as far because the dog can't whip them.
Ah.
Yeah.
Here comes.
I love that the way you beat up the rich kid is you make him watch you kill his dog.
Yeah.
Ready?
So wrong. Now it's just the 2 of us.
Oh, is that your tip that you leave? Every time the waitress screws up, you shoot one of the coins.
Let's make it a night to remember.
Now this
on for
motherfucker
real
just
now?
boosts with his gun.
You should be honored.
This is incredibly Metal Gear Rising, though.
It's so Metal Gear Rising! It's so fucking good! I should mention this fight is really fucking hard. It's like, even though Darkstar is gone, you can't attack Rufus head on because he still just parries all of your moves.
Mm-hmm.
The yellow text here describes, so his stagger gauge doesn't fill up at all. There's only one way to stagger him. One specific mood of Cloud's, if you use it at the right time, instantly staggers him. So this is kind of a puzzle. The move is Braver, which has a long wind-up, so the timing for this is really hard. You have to hit him with Braver while he's reloading his gun. Now, this isn't required. You can totally take him out without staggering him. The counter stance move does a lot of damage to him.
No more playing nice.
Yeah, after certain attacks like Guns Akimbo, he always has to reload after. With basic attacks, he has to reload after every, 4 shots. Unless he uses the combat reload move, which he loads 6 shots into his gun instead. But it's really hard to get close to him while he's reloading because almost all of his moves have a ton of pushback. They just knock you really far away from him. But yeah, counter-stancing when he boosts right in front of you works really well most of the time. Sometimes he does a fake where instead of blasting you with the shotgun, he does the think fast move where he throws the explosive coins in your face, which you cannot counter-stance. Mm-hmm. Yeah, after every move, if you go into tactical mode, it's a little easier to tell if he's about to reload.
Yeah! There we go.
Yeah.
Nothing personal.
I love that his weakness is your very first move, basically.
That's great.
I could end this, here and now.
No, not quite. Tonight marks a new beginning.
For Shinra!
There's one part of Rufus's intro in the original that didn't make it into this one that I kind of miss, which was Rufus immediately gave his commencement speech to the whole gang. Because he doesn't give a fuck that his dad is dead, and he's just like, yeah, my dad ruled through money and stuff, but I'm gonna rule through fucking fear and terror. That's what he said, and it was so good.
Oh, come on. You could throw him 4 stories from here.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta be better than this. If you're gonna play the hero.
Raiden could have beat up that helicopter.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Think they can manage on their own?
You've seen them both in action. You know they can. Besides,
There's fate ghosts. Who cares? Patch him up real good.
gotta believe they made it out.
I hope so.
Damn it.
Hey,
Screw it. We gotta go back. What, Red? Get down!
Special robot elevator. How'd it get in there?
Compound cat. Why? What?
We're cool. Everything's cool. Ah! Barrett!
So sad to say, Wedge has been defying fate for a fucking long time. He was supposed to die with the rest of the gang.
For Biggs! For Jesse! Tifa! And Barrett too! Ah, I'm sorry, Cloud. Ah! Just tell me that I made a difference.
This is some like Final Destination shit.
Imagine if Final Destination, but ghosts kill them every time.
Yeah.
Hey, still in one piece?
Yeah. Somehow.
Wait, did you land on the dog? Is that what that look was about? Don't squish my best friend.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me!
This robot's really angry and you haven't even killed it yet.
Yeah.
I shudder to think what will happen.
Okay, you asked for it, man.
Hey Red, you ever been to World Building World? We're almost there. We can visit.
Again, I gotta go back. I didn't get to buy a stamp for Marlene.
Yeah. Gift shops around here somewhere.
get ready.
I was born really red.
The gang's finally together, all at once. Oh, whoop, nope. No, they're not. They never actually are.
Yeah, they get split up a lot in this portion of the original. Yeah, we got to switch a couple things around for Barrett. He needs the lightning elemental attack combo, and we just need to grab the assess materia from Cloud.
What the hell?
It's the barrier!
Attack the drones.
Stay back!
Not good enough.
Just go away!
All right, so we got the arsenal. It's just every gun Shinra had left strapped on to a tank. Basically the same design as in the original. The difference in the fight here from the original is you fought it during the elevator ride.
Ah, that's cool.
It's just that's harder to do with real-time combat, I think, and also it would be an absurdly long elevator ride.
It's a big building.
It's a big building, though. Yeah, it has a big shield on it, just like the Guard Scorpion and the Valkyrie. It's being given that shield by the barrier drones, so you got to go after those, of course. But it barely takes any damage from any of your attacks, and the only way to stagger it is by hitting it with melee attacks. And Barrett and Aerith are both long range. Red 13, though, he's melee.
This thing is Heidegger's sexual fantasy. That's all this is.
You can do it!
Watch and learn. Ooh, gotta love it.
Why is its face all guns?
I love it.
There's only one explanation, and I already gave it.
It looks like it's charging up.
So if it ever starts using the primary fire move, it starts charging up that really big cannon, which becomes temporarily a weak point. If you do a whole bunch of damage to that, you'll stop the attack, and it also gives Red 13 an opening to attack the barrier drones and instantly stagger them.
No, that seems to be, yeah, like using your new best friend as part of the way to get through. But, like, if you had melee Barret, would the plan for this fight be substantially different?
No, because he can't jump to attack stuff that's high up.
Okay.
He can't reach him. That would be cool if melee Barret could work too, though.
How shocking! Get him!
Watch and learn.
This fight also has its own unique boss theme, which is a orchestrated version of the original game's boss fight theme. It's pretty good. Again, another boss fight where I wish there was a lightning summon.
Yeah.
I miss it. I wish there was one.
Stay back! You can do it!
This is another fight that's got a lot of cover you can hide behind. Although the homing lasers can curve around that stuff, and it's also got like a... You use it earlier in the fight. It's got like an electric field that can just spawn wherever, even behind cover, to get you.
This is gonna sting!
Actually, Barret's too weak to take out the cannon on his own. It's really an Aerith job.
You're up!
I'll show you what I can
Also, the very first time in the entire game so far where Barret and Aerith are in the party together.
Really? Huh, yeah.
Yeah. It's like, one of the things I'm really curious about with the DLC and also the next remake game is like, this game, one of its biggest strengths is just it did the characters, especially the main party, really, really well. But even at this point, there are certain like combinations and character interactions we haven't been able to get much of yet, like Barret and Aerith, for instance. That's a big one we haven't seen much of.
I would love it if they had like dynamic barks in combat.
Oh yeah.
Like, what would just please me so much is hearing Aerith shout, "Yeah, suck on that."
Yeah, that'd be good.
Do as he says.
Go on!
Also, as in previous mech fights, every phase the robots get angrier and angrier. Now it just tries to drive over you. So we took down its main shield, so now it just takes full damage. It's actually weak to every single element right now.
Oh, okay. That's nice.
It can put up, if you attack it with a certain type of damage a lot, it will put up a shield that guards explicitly against that one thing. So if we just keep doing lightning, it's going to defend against that. If you just do a ton of physical attacks, it'll put up a barrier against that. You can also attack its wheels, but those still have a barrier on it. Yeah, that's something I'm really curious about, is they did really good with the character interactions between the different party members in this game. I just wonder if they can keep that up, especially as more and more party members get introduced. They only had to focus on 4 main ones for this first game. There's a lot more party members still to get added in the later games, so I'm curious if they can keep that up, because that seems hard to do, like finding the proper balance and getting enough time to focus on all of them.
I just like watching a 1,000 bullets fall onto a petite young woman as she just sort of crouches as if like it's snowing or something.
She's tough.
Suck on this! You got this!
I'll take care of him.
Yeah, if you pressure the arsenal just by doing a lot of damage to it quickly, the barriers on its wheels will go down. If you blow up the wheels, you stagger it super fast. Also, sometimes Red 13 just uses Stardust Ray on it while it's pressured, and that fills up its bar halfway on its own.
I'm coming!
I'm glad they made him pretty strong as a guest member, so he still feels like he's contributing.
You can do it!
Need my help, do you?
There we go.
And like, Red 13's AI is good enough that when it gets staggered, he starts pulling out the big moves to deal the bigger damage and stuff. He's not just biting it.
You did threat level critical.
Oh no, it's got tummy lasers. Why do they keep putting lasers in the tummies? changing the geography with different like rubble layouts every phase is very good.
Yeah, the rubble is also has like health, so if you hide behind certain cover too much and he attacks it, it'll eventually crumble on it like during the fight. It's neat.
I would like. I know there's no way it would be implemented, but the idea of Barrett being able to interact with cover or physics objects, I want Barrett to have the Guts Man power, basically. Just pick up heavy shit and throw it.
Oh, that'd be cool if there were like some ATV abilities in later games that could combine with the environment in some way.
If the little gremlins in the sewer can do it.
Yeah.
Right? Come on.
I just want something really basic. Like if they added like the water element later or something, if you could like make a puddle of water and then just zap somebody while in the water so it does more damage. Like it just makes somebody weak to lightning no matter what. Stuff like that. I think that'd be really neat. Yeah, there goes that pillar. It also has this firewall move that just pins you in between flames so you can't hide from it.
Oh dear.
It is possible to escape from that, so if you get one of your party members outside of this firewall, they can just wail on them from behind and they won't have to worry about getting hit at all.
I'll show you what I can do.
This one's for you!
It's your turn.
Photo mode is going to be so good in the DLC.
I am so fucking excited for photo mode, dude. Like, photo modes are always fun. I always like them, but I don't really mess with them super long in most games. But this game, I'm probably doing a second playthrough anyways, just to get footage of the hard mode to show off for the post-game stuff for the Let's Play. But I am going nuts with the photo mode while I'm doing that.
Go on!
Another nice touch to the music for this fight is every phase, the tempo of the music changes to get a little more like a little more plotting and like heavier sounding as the robot gets like more and more pissed off, and like the percussion gets louder and louder in the mix. It's really cool.
But I think what makes photo mode so like exciting for this game is that
Come on, team.
these animations have the capacity to like replace that Tom and Jerry sheet in explaining what line of action is and how to make it effective. Like every, not just the final poses they hit, but every like transition along the way.
Yeah.
Like just look at that.
It's good.
That's a nothing like end of an animation as it switches to another animation, but it still looks good.
Yeah.
Threat level maximum.
This doesn't look good!
Any ideas?
Take cover behind debris.
Oh, this final phase is... This is one of my favorite fights in the game just because of how fucking like crazy and chaotic it gets. You're basically on a timer. If it starts charging up that same move it just used again, and if you don't kill it before it uses it, it's instant death. It is a damage race in the final phase.
All right, watch and learn. Not this again.
We can't hide! What do we do?
Stop its attack.
All people land with your name on it. Damn, does it feel good to be alive?
Quite. But we could still die later tonight.
Are you sure? Because the ghosts seem pretty against that in at least one case.
Hell they are.
And we need to find a way we can all escape, and quickly.
You're right. Let's go.
All right, Barrett, it's your turn to swing around the chandeliers.
It's too bad Barrett wasn't there to see Rufus boost with his gun. It might give him some ideas.
All we gotta do now is find the others.
Oh, the fire department's here. Oh, okay.
We have them surrounded, sir.
Yes, I can see that. It was only a matter of time. Here we are. So then, what is this ragtag group of misfits I see before me? Avalanche!
Local florist.
Lab rat dog.
And where are the rest of you? Up your ass. Charming, though not what I would have chosen as my last words.
You know how many of these dudes they killed in the Coliseum? People watched for money.
Barrett could just do the beef move right here and fuck everyone up.
Aerith, you saved my Marlene. Now, it's time I return the favor.
Wait!
Is Roche here to save the day? Oh, it's just Cloud. Fine.
He is on a pretty sick bike, though.
Yeah.
It's that bike we saw on display a few episodes ago.
Oh, yeah. Maybe he stopped at the gift shop for Marlene.
I do think Cloud did get inspired by Roche, because, like, look at this fucking shit he's doing.
That's the mark of a real hero.
Can you take down a dozen dudes by doing a sick drift? Now you're a hero.
Oh, I meant getting gifts for Marlene.
Oh, that too, yes. Even better.
And now we have Barrett in his rider machine, as prophesied.
Yeah.
A mint ice cream pickup truck. Wow, that's the goofiest looking truck I've ever seen. And that's how Heidegger brushes his teeth.
Let's roll.
Why has he always got a... Whoa! Whoa! Shit!
It's doofy little putt-putt engine.
This is a real truck, by the way. These are like weird service trucks you can find in Japan.
It's okay, I've got like 7 more.
That one had the worst stats anyway.
The knobbies on that front wheel cover and everything. Mm-hmm. It's got so many little knobbies. But wait, there's more! I'm curious what is left, because that would have been a really good video endpoint.
Mm-hmm.
Home free, Red!
I wouldn't celebrate just yet.
Man, you need to lighten up. Hell, you might even try smiling.
No, he's a cutie.
On second thought, maybe frowning suits you better.
No, that was adorable.
Hey, Don't pout.
I'm very looking forward to the next game and more interactions between Barrett and Red, because it feels like they're working towards them being total bros, which didn't happen in the original.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Are you guys seeing this?
Looks like you guys forgot to do something over there.
Oh, shit.
The ghosts are gonna have to take care of it for you.
It's Wedge holding onto a railing really hard and refusing to die.
Who's gonna feed my cat? Ah! And my other cat! And my other cat! The Stanley Cup. It's real.
What is all this?
Man, my dad really let this place go.
Him and his legible business suits.
Is something wrong, sir?
You think they kind of made him look like Bowie because they kind of named his dog after Bowie's last album-ish?
I wonder. He's always been a little Bowie, but definitely a little more now.
Yeah. Next time you fight him, you hit him so hard, one of his pupils is permanently dilated.
Very good. The men are on standby, sir. Your orders.
Bring them in.
Maybe it's just that all pretty anime boys look like David Bowie.
It's like the whole damn building's made of them.
Yeah.
I don't understand. What are they doing?
Who knows?
Wedge, you don't think he got caught up in it, do you?
If he did, I hope he's okay.
They're coming.
Who? This we don't need.
Time to go.
There's no way that's a real truck. I can see that being inspired by a real truck. That is not a real truck.
I also thought it was a fake truck, but I remember seeing it in some like documentary I was watching. I saw one of those in the background, someplace shot in Japan. I was just like, what the fuck? The door even opens on the wrong, like the hinges on the wrong part of the door and everything.
It's like 10-inch taillight cones. No, that's not a real truck. All hugs, they're friends.
They're gaining on us. Come on, step on it.
I'm trying, but it won't go any faster.
How the hell did we get saddled with this junk?
Get out and push.
The second motorcycle segment, which in the original game was the first. This set piece did exist in the original and played very similarly, honestly.
You can do it!
You know, aside from looking better, this version is just really fucking high octane.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, look at him just flailing.
Yeah.
Bonk.
There were some, like, fun arcadey elements to the original version, though. There were different colored soldiers. They had different AI behavior.
We'll use lethal force to make it comply!
I'm waiting for Johnny to come rescue you by, like, just towing the truck with a rope running ahead.
Here's one of my complaints with the remake. This is the perfect opportunity for Roche to come back, and he doesn't.
Right?
What are they doing? This is the perfect place for him to come back. This was like, when I started playing this, it's like, oh fuck, this is where Roche comes back, and he doesn't. And I was just like, one of my biggest complaints with the remake.
Roche comes back, you have a second, like, mini-boss fight with him, and then after you defeat him, as a reward, he just takes out the whole fucking bridge and platoon that's after you.
Yeah, he would totally do that.
Stubborn bastards!
Look! Come on!
And let that be a lesson to you.
Firing warning shot.
Since when does Shinra fire warning shots?
I think that's just protocol that they have to say that while they're killing you.
Firing a warning shot at center mass of your body.
It's on you.
It's a concession they made for Reeve.
Cloud, here.
Try catching us now, you bastards!
I hate to spoil the celebration.
All right, because Red has the cure materia. There we go. Yeah.
Barrett does attack stuff during this segment. He does deal damage and stuff. But Cloud does, the vast majority of the work. I really wish if there was even more work and polish already added onto this like super polished like set piece. I wish there was still ATB elements in this, and that Aerith could lean out the side of the window and just shoot magic out of her hand. That would rule if she were just shooting magic out of the side of the car.
Have we previously mentioned that this motorcycle is called the Hardy Daytona?
Yeah, Hardy Daytona. I love it.
That's very good.
Yeah.
This does seem like something Ed Hardy would draw.
What you can do.
Yeah.
I mean, not on a Flaming Skulls, sure, but...
That's better.
Good luck.
This minigame, this motorcycle segment got turned into a mobile phone game in like the late 2000s. It was called G-Bike. It added a bunch of RPG elements to it.
More on the bang!
I also like how classic video gamey this segment is, with the guy just moving side to side, shooting like C-shaped, like crescent-shaped projectiles at you.
Yes.
Like it's Contra or something.
And you've got sword beams. There's nothing more video game than a sword beam.
I love sword beams.
It's that or double jumping, the video gamist thing that there is.
Yeah.
Bring it home!
This robot looks fucked up.
Yeah, he's pretty fucked up. Yeah, this segment against the Moth unit is way easier if you block his melee attacks, because it like staggers him basically.
It's been a long time since you've had to think of those little guys as a threat, or even an enemy.
Yeah, it's been a while.
They're basically terrain at this point.
Give him what's coming to him!
Jesus, dude!
I do like that when Cloud leads to one side, his sword drags on the ground and makes sparks shoot all over the place. Mm-hmm. It's very cool.
Cloud, you alright?
Get down!
Him again! Guess we owe you another. Shit, we got incoming. I'll take the job. The bikes are all yours, Cloud.
The Whispers are interesting. I don't know. Now that they are getting more heavy-handed in their interventions, like when they are causing problems because you're being too successful, that is interesting. That builds tension. Tension that is immediately deflated anytime they help you because things are going against you.
Yeah,
Like-
this is the same. This is where I was at when I was playing this game for the first time too. When the Whispers start really coming out full force, but
Because like, why are they trying so hard?
right,
The ghosts are just going to do it for them if it comes down to it.
right. Is an interesting thing where, like I mentioned previous episode, where this is kind of like a pretty divisive thing with fans, especially fans of the original.
Bring it.
When we finally hit the credits, I'll have a bunch to say about the Whispers, but I'm gonna have the hot take that by the end of this, I kind of like what they did with them.
I'm just saying, like, right now, in these individual moments, just like, wow, it would have been a lot more fun to see those bombs go off, or you deal with them yourself.
Yep.
That would have been more satisfying.
Yeah, totally. There are some times where, like, my main issue with the Whispers is that here they're pretty heavy-handed, and I wish the Whispers throughout the game showed up 1 or 2 times less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it! I'm taking you down! We done here?
Killing Wedge, though, that was some dramatic cool shit.
Yeah.
I don't like them because they killed Wedge. I like the way they killed Wedge.
I love Cloud chopping off the whole propeller.
Very good.
I love you fucked up.
Your friends are dead. Or are they? So yeah, save them just for that moment and let the party deal with the bombs their own way.
Yeah.
You okay?
So now, they're on our side?
The Whisperers intervene, not to defend us, but to preserve the flow of destiny.
Oh no, don't you dare! Come on, you see the piece of shit we're driving here?
Says the 300-pound sack of it.
Hey!
I'm waiting.
You're kinda in a hurry.
This is a cool ass set piece boss fight. Gotta destroy its tires to stagger it. If this game was just a complete straight 1-to-1 no changes adaptation of the original up to this point, this guy would be the final boss. So lots of people were going like, how the fuck are they gonna end the game up to this point? Because like Motorball doesn't, his name is Motorball, by the way. Motorball isn't like final boss material. And in the original, this guy, he wasn't part of the motorcycle like action set piece. He just ran you to the end of the highway that was still under construction, and you just got off your bikes and just fought him in a normal turn-based battle instead.
Shake it off, okay?
He's not even a ball. Like, there's clearly motors involved. I get that.
Yeah.
Don't give up now, you guys!
Oh, the dangerous part's being highlighted by that like white hot glowing metal.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good.
It's a really cool robot design that also basically changed. Not at all. This is what Motorball looked like for the most part. Very few changes to his design.
You know why the highways are so empty, letting you get through this chase? Effective public transit.
Yeah.
Those trains, man. Reeve should be proud of himself.
Yeah, like, for as much as Shinra fucking sucks, Reeve at least did good with the public transportation, it seems. Like, even when the poor people have pretty readily accessible trains to every part of the city, that's good. So the music for this set piece is... It's taking the original, like, motorcycle escape song, combining it. This is an entire suite of music, essentially, and it's so long, it almost doesn't even have a chance to loop throughout this entire set piece. Multiple movements combining the original motorcycle escape song, the Final Fantasy VII's main theme, the battle theme, the boss battle theme, and like weaving those all together. It's so good. Also, Motorball's stagger percentage never resets, so it's just building up more and more every time you stagger him.
And that's why it would have been fun for Aerith to cast some spells.
Yeah.
Even as scripted moments, like in this, whenever you stagger him, she sends out a lightning bolt or something.
Man,
yeah.
calm down already.
I just really want to see her just leaning out the window. Just being fucking badass.
Aerith went to Shinra prom. She definitely hung out the window as the limo just went around the building.
Yeah, I'm curious if... Because, like, we know that Aerith and her mama Falna escaped the lab somehow when Aerith was young. We don't know how. I'm really curious if there were, like, sympathetic scientists that broke her out. Did Reeve know about this? Reeve seems like a guy who would maybe just unlock the door and let them just walk out the back at some point.
What do you think about the Water Reclamation District? I have to know whether I like you or not.
Okay, y'all, let's finish him off. Come on.
Go for the head.
With pleasure.
But okay, I can also see the utility in making the big scripted finisher the new guy. The new guy needs a time to shine.
Where are you going with my cat? You dare take Sephiroth away from me, Sephiroth?
Cloud's just realizing he doesn't have any quarters. Oh no, oh no.
Oh.
Does this showroom display model have an iPass somewhere in it? Can I just go?
Yes, it's the end of the road. This is where you would normally fight Motorball in the original, right where this is the highway that Reeve spoke about in the museum that's still under construction. Sephiroth's here. Stay tuned for next episode where some shit's gonna get real fucking crazy.